Hello guys, welcome along to this live stream for RaceRoom Racing Experience, specifically the REMUS GT3 Championship Invitational Opener race, where I get pummeled by talented sim racers, e-sporters and other personalities. Now, the actual REMUS season will be taking place soon. First date, Spa, then Nürburgring, then Red Bull Ring, then Road America, then Bathurst, then Macau. And, of course, it is SHMEE150, the famous British car YouTuber, versus MALMEDIE, famous German car person. Now, the way this works is that there's going to be two teams for the Pro Series. This is just an invitational. This is not the actual Pro Series. They have two teams with esports drivers on both teams, and then the objective is for their team to win. They will have, I think it's 25,000 euros up for grabs for the proper series. But this, what we're doing here, is just a nice invitational warm-up. YouTubers get pummeled, introductory race. So, should be nice and chill. It's a nice bit of driving. And yeah, should be nice. Should be nice to crash into some people. How's everybody doing in chat? We've got King Carrot, Delta Bador, Stuart, Sim McGee. Hello guys, Dirty Influencers. I don't know if MALMEDIE is actually on track for this. I think we've in the commentary booth. We have, I think SHMEE's going to be in the commentary. He's a proper southernish SHMEE. he's more southern than Jimmy. So he'll be in the commentary booth being as southern as possible. I don't know if MALMEDIE's commentating or if he's driving this one. You'll notice from the screen we have some like super high-end esports people in here. The fastest people in RaceRoom basically. See if we can get the chat should pop up on the screen soon for those of you that type in. Hello, James Andrew. New profile picture. Yeah, I was going to say, what's going on here? That shirt's a bit in your face, isn't it? Everyone's got new profile pictures. What's going on? Stuart's got a new profile. Bloody hell! It's going to be hard for me to keep track of this. Can you report incidents? Yeah, you can do. Normally, if you have incidents, you get demoted pretty quickly. Hello, Jim Bob. Thought he'd been blocked. Oh, I was trapped in Germany, eh? But looking at the times here, there's no chance on earth that I'm getting a 128. Oh dear. 128. Jesus Christ. We noticed there's ballast and stuff. They've tried to balance this a bit. I think they bought the cars though. I don't think we've got special YouTuber ballast. Because the ballast seems pretty mixed. How's Helga? Oh, Helga. I didn't meet any Helga. No, I met one Helga at Sim Racing Expo. Really nice. A really nice girl that was doing. She was working for the VIP for the track for the Nürburgring GP track. So Ricardo, I was trying to find Ricardo because I can't remember what we were going to do, but we were going to meet up for something. So I was trying to find Ricardo, and he's like, "Oh, I'm in the VIP lounge with Dave Cam." So I'm like, "Okay, VIP lounge." Well, there's like 5 VIP lounges at Sim Racing Expo because everyone wants to have their own VIP lounge. So I'm like, "All right." Well, I was just walking down the main building, so I was like, "Okay, well, there's a VIP lounge. It's got a red carpet. Must be VIP." So I thought I didn't have any bands or anything, so I was like, "I'll just walk in." If you walk into something confidently, as if you belong there, people don't normally question you half the time, or even most of the time. That's how I get to cinema for free. So anyway, I walked in, And the attractive woman was like, "Oh, you're not allowed in here. You don't have where's your badge?" And I was like, "I don't have one, but I'm meeting up with some two people." Continued walking, and then she was like, no, I'm afraid I'm going to have to stop." I was like, "Oh, she's too good at a job." But anyway, she was. I got chatting to her. I was trying to smooth talk her to get, because I thought Dave Cameron Random Call something there. They weren't. They were in like a bloody cafe, but I didn't know this. So it's me trying to. It was for the racetrack stuff for the ADAC race. No wonder they didn't want to let me in. Anyway, she was nice. That was the Helga of Sim Racing Expo. She was doing like a master's in something. Nice, proper, intelligent, hot, intelligent woman. Probably too young. I think she was like 25 or something. Too young. But that was the Helga of Sim Racing Expo. Did I get a lift? Yeah, me, Jimmy, Broadbent, and Random Call Sign went in the same car. We all took the Random Call Sign taxi. Did you say I'm West, Jim West? Nah, I just chatted to her. Shoot, she had a nice accent as well. German English accent, top notch. If only there was some kind of mobile communications. Yeah, well, look, Ted Head. Mobile communications device doesn't help if people say VIP lounge without actually describing which one when there's 5. But it's all good. Oh, here we go. There's a desktop view for you. Right. Any word on Quick Release 2? No, not really. You can see it in people's videos. It's a quick release. Should have pulled out. Oh man, I was just so tired at the whole of Sim Racing Expo. Absolutely exhausted. I had like no sleep. Road trip vlog. Well, we did do a little bit. I think Jimmy did some live streams on his phone. We were just exhausted. We were so tired. Everyone was just so tired because we left at like 4:30 in the morning or whatever. So I'd had no sleep the night before. No one had any sleep, and then it's like a 7-hour road trip. So and you've got to fill out all the forms and everything for the borders. Border. Yeah, absolute madness. Yeah, it was quite busy actually. There seemed to be more. There was a lot more stuff this year than 2019 in terms of more rigs, less giant rigs. It seemed busier actually than 2019. But yeah, it's nice. Definitely, it's a shame it's so far out the way. I mean, even for a lot of Germans, it's quite far out the way. It's a great. It's a shame we don't have a Sim Racing Expo in the UK. They should do it at Autosport. Turn your steering lock down a few. Yeah, I don't like it. I already have tighter steering. Should do some laps here. So the server's on practice at the moment. The actual race doesn't start for a bit. Motion's not necessarily getting more affordable. There's more D-box style options. So if you look at D-box is like £15,000, but you've got like I've used a PT actuator rig, not a Sim Racing Expo, but in the UK. They're really, really good, and they're not. I think you could get them for like £8,000, and they're really good. PT actuators as well. They're based in America. They're like in that sort of £5,000 range, £4,000-5,000. There's a lot of options now that are very good in the sort of £3,500 to £5,000 range, and they're really good options. Like just something that gives you the track texture and a bit of heave is all you need. So yeah, no, a nice thing with Sim Racing Expo was the rigs were dialed in a lot better. Like the motion wasn't over the top. The wheels were set up nicely. Some of the monitors were like frame rate wasn't top notch, and a lot of screens had VSync on them. But for the most part, the stuff was done in the right way. The focus was right. Who's this behind me? Oh, it's Jardier. Hello. Jardier's live streaming. Give him a wave on his channel. We get the Jardier harassment. We're on the same team. He's gone for the same car as well. Yeah, go and pop into Jardier's chat, guys. If he's live now, he should be live for this event. This is how Jardier warms up cars in real life. Pop in his chat and say hi. Say hi to him. Oh, he's been abducted. I haven't done a race with Jardier for ages. I don't think. Part of the Porsche stuff we did. Your wang looks sad. My wang's falling off. There we go. How's volume levels and stream quality, guys? Waldo, I'm alright, thanks. I've been quite tired recently. That's why I've not been live streaming, but I'm okay. Had a really good time at Sim Racing Expo, so. We're alright. Hello, Matty Matt. Perfect quality. Nice. I've actually, I've got a review video coming out on something which I'm not allowed to say publicly until it's loaded. But I've been doing that recently. It's an awesome sim rig. Nice. Most efficient, the reverse drift entry. Ooth, hello. Enjoyed your walk around the Sim Racing Expo. I heard you had lunch with Amir. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, we had. I had some sausages and chips on the stair with Ricardo, random call sign, and Amir. That was good. We had a good chat about politics, about American, German, British politics at Sim Racing Expo. Yeah, no, nice. It was nice. Nice chatting. We need to get Sean Cole over to Sim Racing Expo as well. It's actually it's strange at sim racing events how like-minded people are. I guess a lot of people into sim racing are sort of normally reasonably educated people. You know, geeky people. So it's probably not a surprise that people are fairly like-minded. Ship sort. Yeah, it cost a lot though, won't it? Because Sean's not even on East Coast. So you gotta... He started it, James. Not me. I made a thing out of avoiding politics. Even in the car on the way there. I was like, not talking about politics. We did a few times. Yeah, so Sean's in California, isn't he? So, I mean, even if you were flying, because Sim Racing Expo from UK is still a 2-hour flight. UK to New York is 5 hours. It'd probably be like, he would have to change. I don't think you can get a direct flight, so he'd have to go. Yeah, it's probably a 12-hour flight, to be honest. Maybe even longer. If you have to do a change, it'd be even longer. What are those airports in America that allow you to get to London? Like, you know, you got like JFK, the Seattle Tacoma. There's a Texan airport as well. There's like 5 airports in America that are really well connected airports, which allow you to one-stop it to London or Paris. Hello, Dario. Yeah, it was good. It was weird. It's weird being... Sim Racing Expo is weird. Like, it's weird having people recognise you in public. This is very strange. Stop in Chicago. Okay, Ryan. We want TC on about 60%. Ooh, getting some warm-up laps here. Hello, Rick. Actually, people don't recognise my face normally in public because I'm quite tall and people think I'm small in my sim rig. But they recognise my voice. It's quite convenient. As long as I don't talk, no one notices. As soon as I start talking, people people turn around and I'm like, oh, don't say anything. How to say understeer in German? Untersteeren. Something like that. Okay, we're going to go for 60% traction control. 56 brake bias. Hello, Amir. How's it going, man? Untersteeren. Oh, I love German words. I love how Germans speak English. Do you like German women? Untersteeren. That's just made up. Yeah, it was good to see you, Dave Cam. I managed to have a cup of tea with him. Yeah, that's the nice thing with the Sim Racing Expo. You get to see people that you wouldn't normally get to see in person. So, I don't know, we met like Stephen from Sim Racing GP. Super GT Steve was there. Although I didn't really chat to him that much, but he's not far from me in UK. Jimmy, Ricardo, I see him a fair bit in the old UKs. Dave Cam, Chris Hay. Chris Hay. He's guys, Chris Hay's I'm telling you, he's Chris Hay's actually a secret movie director. Do you? No, I don't know what that means, Erwin. Probably something rude. Sim McGee. Take your trip to... Exactly, yeah. Hello, Chili Dog. How's it going, man? You're... someone from RaceRoom, the tall Dutch guy, said hi from you to me. I was confused. I've forgotten his name. There's this really tall guy who does stuff with RaceRoom, plays rugby. He's always in Sim Racing Expo, and I always end up talking to him. I can never remember his name, but he's always friendly. Dutch people are bloody tall. Sean Cole joined us. Nice. Hello, Donut. Oh man, I'd love to meet Sean Cole in real life. There's like a couple of oh, I'm running out of fuel, great. A couple of people I want to meet in real life that I haven't from Sim Racing. Sean Cole is one of them. Hi guys. I'm Sean Cole. Oh yeah, so it's Sim Racing Expo. We had Aris taking the piss out of me every time I saw Aris there. I'd be on a sim rig. I was doing some video recording on the sim rig, and Aris would just walk past, and then he'd start shouting, "Oh, how's the force feedback? There's a force feedback! There's a force feedback!" We're just about to go around the real Nordschleifer in a car, and Aris is there going, "Oh, how's the force feedback? How's the force feedback?" It's like, bloody hell. And then I'll be playing the original AC, so I was like, oh, it's the original Assetto Corsa, so it's really good. I can't believe it. It's just ridiculous. Such an absurd interaction. Just doesn't make any sense at all. Imagine going to like a location and having someone shout force feedback abuse at you in person. I think it's pretty funny. It's really funny. This is so ridiculous. It's like probably the most absurd thing you can imagine. Alright, we need to get a bit... We'll get this all set up here. All good. I bring everything on myself. It's the force feedback dream. Right. Look, I can get a 130 flat, but there's no way I'm getting 28s. I mean, God knows what they're doing. I could get a 129.5. that would be pushing it for my skill. I think it's all locked set up. I'm happy being like a 1.5 seconds off pace. That's okay. It is Erwin. I was just chatting to him actually on Discord. He's a nice, friendly guy. I was telling him that German beds are too hard. Hello, JK. I've not been doing much streaming recently. Amir, because you wear face masks, you wouldn't have recognised. Oh yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, the face mask thing's weird. I find it really hard to hear what people are saying. I'm very much like a not lip reading, but you know what I mean. You know when someone's talking to you, I very much concentrate on their face to understand what they're saying. Hello, Antoine. So the whole mask thing makes it awkward. Also, I like to be a sarcastic arse, and you know, to convey sarcasm in a friendly way, you really need to be able to see someone's facial expressions. So people think I'm actually just being an arse rather than sarcastic, which is quite funny. Hello, Thomas. How's it going, man? Oh, YouTube's always messing around. Oh, right, I'm gonna get. Let me just get a okay lap here. Sorry if I ignore chat for a second. I'll still read chat. Read it down the straights. Yeah, I actually definitely should. No, this car's probably the easiest car to drive in RaceRoom. It's a good option for the noobs out there. I don't know what that means, Erwin. Tell you what's weird, if you've used large monitors and TVs and then you go back to a computer monitor, it is really, really weird. Everything looks mini. I've got used to using ginormous TVs. And you go back on the monitor, it's like everything is tiny. Hello, Jeff. This is it's an invitational for the REMUS Team SHMEE versus MALMEDIE event, which is a series that's just starting soon, where you've got the top RaceRoom drivers competing for 25,000 euros worth of prizes, I believe. And it's to promote REMUS. The REMUS do exhaust mostly, I believe. Phantom. No, Aris was yelling, "How do you like the force feedback?" constantly. Every time he walked past me. I think I got one time on video. I'll just be driving, in the corner of my eye I see this Italian guy shouting, "How's the force feedback?" Totally ridiculous. So stupid. I hope I did get it on video. I'm not... One of the guys was filming for me, so I think they might have caught it. Yeah, Jardier's quick, isn't he? How do people end up being good at driving sims? Like, obviously it's practice, but outside of practice, what specific, like, genetic component produces like a sim racer versus a CSGO player? Genes and voodoo. Yeah, it's just weird, isn't it? Yeah. Well, nothing I do is productive, so... I understand it. I understand it in real life. Oh, Jesus Christ. I can't sing. We're going to have the DD girl on the screen here. I can't sing at the moment. I need to be careful with my voice. Thank you, filing account. 26, Jesus Christ. 26 months. 26 months. Can you imagine being a member to a YouTube channel for 26 months? Think how much brain damage he has. Oh, we're not last. Pretty close to it. Oh, man. So where's our sec? Let's compare ourselves to Jardier, because Jardier is probably a good 2 seconds faster than me normally. Oh, first sector. Okay. First sector, we're like 2/10 off. That's acceptable. We're like a second off the mid sector. So that second right-hander we're messing up. And then every other corner. So at least the first sector is alright. Ah, jeez. What were these 26 months? I think it's all fixed setup for this. Yeah, this is all locked setup. Yeah, normally in RaceRoom, I'd stiffen the car up, reduce downforce. And I'd also open the diff a bit to get it turning a bit more, and also make it a bit more forgiving on the throttle. Hello, Rob Person. Hello, Pure Sim. You can't join this. No, this is a sponsored invitational esporty race. So we're... I think we're starting in 4 minutes. Well, qualifying starting in 4 minutes. I'm alright, Pure Sim. Thanks. Thanks for asking. Esports. RaceRoom's great as an esports platform, though. Hot girls and boys. Oh, here we go. Did someone behead them in video chat at the same time? Hot girls and boys. It's inclusive. You know, out of all the bots, at least it's inclusive. gender equality and everything. It's not just hot girls, it's hot girls and boys. even the bots are PC these days. Yeah, I haven't played much ACC recently. I do have it. I do have ACC FFP, but I just don't really play it. Yeah, no cold people. It's purely people on the equator. There's no Icelandic people on that website. Nobody, no British girls on there. They're too cold. I don't big smoke. No, I'm a pure bachelor at the moment. I didn't really chat to any of the girls at Sim Racing Expo. I say apart from the woman in the VIP Nürburgring VIP booth. To be honest, I don't really like. I feel awkward for them. You know, because they have to chat to people. Like, I think they'd probably rather not talk to sim geeks.
What is the motive behind this demand? Necessity for money. I'm not supplying money for necessities.
Because you removed the donation link, I had to finance the YouTube payment.
Oh, thank you.
Horror.
She's filing account. There is the donation link still there. It's just further down in the description. Thank you very much. Thanks for supporting myself and YouTube. Thanks for wasting your money. Top notch. Tasty ladies. Wow. They were a bit revealing, the stuff they were wearing. You know, didn't have to be that revealing, did they? But, hey. To try and offset how unsexy simulators are. I don't know if that works. If you have something really ugly like a sim rig, does putting a hot girl next to it make it sexy? I mean, that's like putting a... You can't put like a beach babe next to a council house in central London, a block of flats. Doesn't suddenly make the flats more desirable, does it? Or maybe it does. So a tight pair of leather pants. I never really got the whole... I never really got the whole sexy woman associated with stuff things. Because, I mean, it's not like you're going to do anything with them, is it? It's not a bar. So what's the point? Oh. Well, can you make sim racing gear by... Yeah, you can make it more desirable. Here we go. Off to qualifying. Got 2 races here. This is going to be a can we survive? We're not last. Fortunately, they've invited some really slow people. And if there's an accident, we could be okay here. And nicely with RaceRoom, I understand RaceRoom physics and force feedback. So when I play RaceRoom, I feel like it's me that's crap rather than the simulator not making any sense. Like the cars in RaceRoom drive like real cars, as if you had like... The tyres aren't like slick tyres, but they drive like real cars with a certain type of tyre on them. So it makes sense to me. Right, that's enough for quali. I was really fortunate at Sim Racing Expo where Fanatec took us out around the Nordschleife in a BMW M2. It's like a GT... I don't think it's a GT4 car, but it's same sort of speed, same sort of spec. And yeah, like really, the tyres felt exactly like how the tyres in AC are. the way the car was moving around the track, exactly like AC and RaceRoom. It's not an official ring taxi. It was like a Fanatec, just a Fanatec joyride basically. It's good fun. Race cars sound amazing when you got a car with no like padding and soundproofing and it's open with a roll cage. Sounds so good. They should just make road cars without all the safety features. Just put a roll cage in a road car. Be way better. Should put the engine next to the driver. Have the driver sat on top of the engine. Oh, hello.
Oh, easy. I found it. Stupid YouTube for moving the description. Anyway, 777.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
777.
Thank you, filing account.
And now you have PTSD.
Cheers, man. Yeah, it's annoying. A lot of companies are having problems with distribution and stock. Hello, Tej Hella. I think with Fanatec as well, it's been like a mix of stuff like Brexit, supply chains, the pandemic, and then also there's been a California's had a shipping issue with boats. It isn't just Fanatec, it's all companies that do a lot of international business. Unless they have like massive amounts of stock already in depots and things. I mean, the worst stuff is graphics cards. I had to buy a 3080 Ti for a project I'm doing, and that was a nightmare. I got that for £1,600, which is insane. Please kill me. But after I bought it, the day after I bought it, they've gone up to £2,100, the one I bought, so that's how crazy things are at the moment. I think 40 on the TC. Yeah, I needed a specific graphics card, so I didn't really have any choice. You guys will see, I should have the video up by the end of this month. I built an awesome, really nice 600X 3080 Ti SSD, you know, just a really nice high-end PC. Actually, it's really good performance-wise. Not worth the price, but really good. Oh. Okay, let's put it on 60. Yeah, that's it. I wouldn't recommend anyone buying one for themselves. Am I out of fuel? Engine sounds like I've run out of fuel. Here's my fuel gauge. Oh, 0.6. That should be alright. Do you know what? I'm going to write this lap off. I'm going to follow these cars. Might be able to get a bit of draft down the straight. So these the REMUS cars are green, Team SHMEE's in blue. Well, this is the thing, the higher end graphics cards are more for resolution. That's really what they offer. If you're playing on like a 1440p screen or 2560 or 1080p, 1080 Ti is still totally fine. Ah, there's a track cut. I see those guys are taking a massive wide entry into T1. That's where I was losing a lot of time. 2 minutes left in quali. Ah, look at this. They're taking well wide entries. No wonder they're gaining a lot of time through them. That makes sense. I thought the track cut rules would be harsher. Not that I'd be a lot faster, but that's probably like 3/10 for free. Yeah, so the thing with modern games is, so for example, Forza Horizon 4 probably looks better than any other game, like generally speaking, and that runs at like 200 FPS on a 4K TV, so it's like at max settings. Ah, I poked the car wide off the track there, so this lap's not going to count. Oh well, we'll get a practice lap in anyway. Yeah, so the point is, it's really more about developers taking advantage of DirectX 12 and optimizing more than it is hardware. I mean, obviously better hardware is better hardware, but the fact that you can notice such a huge frame rate difference despite the games looking amazing really shows you that there's problems in the on the software side of it, just really holding things back in terms of absolute performance. And you notice that with Microsoft Flight Sim, actually, the version before the last one, literally 30-40% free performance improvement just from using the graphics card better, and they're not even using DirectX 12 yet. Donk, where did I get my 3080 Ti from? I don't know. It was some weird. It was from Amazon, but it was a PC. Like, it wasn't Amazon Direct. It was at some reseller. Oh, I'm out of fuel. Don't know how long the race. 20-minute race. So. Put this. How much fuel do you need for a 20-minute race in this? Probably like 50 litres. I'll be less than that. Probably like 49. I'll play it safe. I'm not fast, so it's not going to make a difference. Oh, we're not last, guys. We've got one guy that was slower than us. These guys. I know these guys were even slower. We'll see how it goes in the race, though. I normally do better in race and quali for some reason. I think they will add DLSS to ACC in the future, to be honest. You can... Oh, I've missed that, though. Oh, it's a warm-up. So, where's the Otter HUD thing? This thing? What do I click? Re-click on the fuel thing. Oh, right-click. No? I don't know what you mean. Remember RaceRoom as bumper cars? The other fuel. What's the other fuel thing? This thing. Oh, okay. Fuel calculator. Okay. So you have that's probably reset it since it came out. You probably have to do it once you've done a few laps. Whoops. Well, we'll do a few laps with the fueling. Thanks for that tip, though. Hello, Nigel Crunthers. Hope you're doing well, man. Who's that? Give me a bit of a bump out of the pits. Oh, got damage. Restart. Remember, RaceRoom has his bumper cars. Wow, guys, remember to watch the commentary of this on the RaceRoom official channel. Should be nice and chill. This is going to be an interesting race. I should be able to gain quite a few places at the start, but then I'm not quite sure why I was invited, as I'm not exactly that good. I don't know what I'm bringing to the table here. Boldness. Well, I'm the token bold guy. I'll take it. So have any of you guys got a REMUS exhaust on your car in real life? People get like road cars and then they put like super high-end exhaust and wheel rims and custom stuff on them. I met an influencer at an event a while back last month, and their car's got like, it's just a normal road car, but then they've got like carbon fibre steering wheel and mental. Just everything in the car's mental. It's like, it's still a road car. It's like, I don't fully understand the. I mean, you know, people got money to spend. They want to do stuff like that. Fine, like if they enjoy it. It's, you know, it's handbags for men, isn't it? But I get it with race cars. The whole road car scene, I don't fully understand. It's not for me, I don't think. I'm a race car person. Exactly. All you need is good socks. Oh, I'd have a roll cage in a road car. Road cars terrify me. Hello, Pixel Therapy. I feel really, really safe with a roll cage around me. Because you've seen how many... You watch the crashes on YouTube. If you've got a roll cage, you can drive into a tree, you're fine. In a road car, you drive into a pavement and the whole thing, it just explodes into a million pieces. Unless it's a Volvo. If you're driving a Volvo, that's just basically a tank. You don't need a roll cage in a Volvo. Everything else needs a roll cage. Well, there's some rally videos on YouTube of people driving into trees at 80 plus miles an hour. Totally fine. I didn't try these Cube Control socks, no. I missed out on that. Volvos are like the... yeah, if there's a nuclear war, the only thing left will be Volvos. Volvos and... what are those bugs that can survive radiation? What are they? They're in America. What are those bugs called? We don't have them in the UK. There's this type of bug that you get in America. The one that it's in the Men in Black film. Cockroaches, yeah. I'm sure we get cockroaches in the UK, but they're tiny, tiny ones. Right, here we go. Race 1. I've got enough fuel for 20 minutes. Yeah, we're all good here. I totally know what I'm doing. Look at that. I purposefully qualified really far back so that none of you guys watching are intimidated. I like to make sim racing accessible for people. So I purposefully sandbag a little bit. I don't want to embarrass people. What a guy. Right, here we go, guys. And it's go! T1's always super clean on this track. Find a way through there. Get in there. If I beat any of the fast guys, they have to format their computers and quit sim racing. Bit of a hot battle in front of us. Try and stay on the tail of these for the draft. There's probably going to be a spin on T1 here. Seventh would be not bad in this. Hit like if you want me to punt someone. Fend off the inside there. Took a wide line to avoid that guy spinning. Meant we've got a slow exit, but managed to defend that's pretty good. That was a shame. It's a good block by the car in front. Try and close it back up there. Oh, we moved up to 15th. Sorry, struggling for grip through that. Yeah, it's not too bad in 15th here. I'm really struggling on that corner to get the exit pace. It's hard to find the exact point for hooking it up. Be nice and smooth. Yeah, I don't mind the graphics in this. I know what you mean, they're a little bit flat. It doesn't have the advanced shaders. But the driving's fantastic. too much welly through that. You need to carry more speed through and then get on the throttle through the corner. Oh, after you've got through the corner. These guys are El Precisos. Well, the tyre squealing sounds that's kind of what it sounds like in real life, so... Oh, here we go. Keep battling, guys. There's a right punch-up going on in front of us. That's good for me. Still got 12 minutes to go. That is wide as... Need to try and get with this gaggle of cars in front of me. Otherwise I'm going to get swamped by the cars behind me. The draft. I'm expecting an accident in front of me. Who's this? T. Brummler behind us. It's going to be a T. Pummeler. When he's done with me. Nice move by him there. I'll be able to retake it back on the inside. Good overtake. Nice and clean. We got brummeled. Hopefully he has pace and he might actually help us close in on the cars in front. There's no room there, mate. I pushed him as wide as possible legally. Cheeky. Oh, he's giving me a push. Nice driving, though. I think that was alright. Sorry, B-Doer. It's a bit defensive there. I don't want to lose 2 positions. He's a lot better than me on the brakes, is Mr. Doer. That was a lot better. Seven minutes to go. Problem is, if you go over the sausage like that, the traction control bogs down, you lose a lot of time. Hello, Scotty. Yeah, I wasn't quite sure on the fuel levels. Yeah, I'm quite happy with this. I feel pretty comfortable with the car. I know I could be going faster. It's just a practice thing, really. This is what I like about RaceRoom. It feels like driving a car. Oh, he's run out. Okay. That's confusing. He's clearly didn't put enough fuel in his car. Oh, a bunch of people didn't put enough fuel in the car. Unless everyone pits, in which case... there's a mandatory pit stop that I didn't know about. That'd be weird in a 20-minute race. Five minutes to go. I mean, I'm pretty happy with 15th, given that the majority of people in this, I think, esports drivers that have probably done a bit of practice. That's how you remove the suspension off the vehicle. We have another race as well after this. I have to say the driving's been very clean in this, which is nice. Hello James Moss, how's it going, man? Welcome to the chat room. Hello Francis Illingworth, yeah. Ricardo, random call sign, drove nice and carefully down the most boring road in Europe. the road from Calais to Germany is literally the most boring road in the universe. No, actually, I know there are definitely some more boring roads, but in Europe, possibly, it's possibly the most boring road in Europe. My God, like totally flat, totally straight, nothing to see, not even that many stops. It perks up a bit once you get to like Liège. Once you get into Germany, it's nice. German roads are nice. Germany has really nice countryside. Some nice windy roads. Germany's got some really nice motorbike roads. Like the hills on the roads are like. Do you know that that AC mod track? Hello, Rise Racing, Rich's Racing. What's that? Aspartaham, isn't it? The rally track for AC, where it's like a German town, a little German hamlet. That's what all the roads in Germany look like, the countryside roads. And if you're on a motorbike, there's nothing to hit into at the side, and you go over a hill and you can see that the road's clear, so there's no oncoming traffic or anything. Absolutely amazing. Boro Zazo is another YouTuber. Oh man, he'll be upset if I beat him. He's being Zazoed. He's going to have to retire from YouTube. The M6, where's the M6 go? Is that the Midlands one? What's the road around London's Edward Dog? The London Ring Road is annoying, but to be honest, the London Ring Road is annoying due to the stupid, you know, the speed restriction signs, the lit up ones, where they change it. They have restrictions on when there's no roadworks, no traffic. Like, those signs make sense when it's for traffic calming and stuff, but it's like they run them at stupid speed limits just for shits and giggles. Yeah, the M25. And there's so many speed cameras as well. Most friends of mine that have gotten speed tickets is on that M25 going to on the way to either London Heathrow or to London Gatwick. The London Gatwick speed ticket. Hello, random call sign. Random taxi sign in the chat, guys. Check out his channel. Should be called a dumb motorway. I was telling everyone random about the France to Belgium most boring road in Europe. I had to keep punching random call sign in the face so that he didn't pass out from boredom. It's actually, to drive down that road, it's a legal requirement to have someone sat next to you punching you in the face, otherwise you pass out from extreme boredom. That's what the lorry tyres are there for. They're to keep you alert. They actually put explosives on lorry wheels so that it's the one thing to keep it interesting is the potential of a lorry blowing up in front of you. Oh, check this out, guys. We're getting a good 15th out of this first race. Bring it on. Considering there's like fast drivers in this. There's alright drivers in this. Actually done okay. Hello, Floor Mertens. It's been a while. Thank you, man. I'll take it. Like, you know, this isn't a public server. I'm sure the esports guys weren't trying their hardest, you know. Jardio was probably talking 3,000 words per second like a... Jardier talks faster than a Texas auctioneer. Sold. I'm happy with that, though. Thanks for subscribing. That's a cup of tea, that is. Did I get released early? from where? Oh, I wish we had it on video. When we were coming back... Oh, I should drive around, actually. They'll be doing their live stream. Make it look good for their live stream. When we were coming back from France, we had to go through this through the border between Belgium and France. They like siphoned all the traffic off for like a please stop, and random call sign starts like panicking. He's like panicking, starts looking for like documents and stuff, and I'm like, stop it, act normal, they won't stop you. And he's like panicking. I'm like, act normal, act like a Frenchman. And then they didn't notice because he was acting normal. It was really funny though. I wish that was on video. It was so stupid. He's like, whoa, it's a document. I'm like, act normal, act French. That was awesome. So stupid. I'm an expert on how to act French. Takes years of training. Race 1 finish. Warm up for race 2. Oh, how much fuel did I have? Oh, it's reset. It's reset. No, I think we were fine. We had a bit of, we could have took some fuel out, but it was okay. Go and check out the RaceRoom stream, guys, for their official commentary. 15th. So hang on, how many cars are in this? We've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So, wow, I thought it was 30 cars. I was going to say halfway up the grid's not too bad, but yeah. You had a kilo under the floorboards. We did get checked for, on the way out of the UK, we got checked for drugs. They like swabbed the wheel and the wheel arches. That was pretty funny. But on the way in, all we got was an angry passport agent giving us stamping a passport. So although he gave random call sign doesn't have a British passport, and he was like, "Oh, here you go, no stamp for you," and he gave him a smile. And then for the British passports, for mine and Jimmy's, he's like, "Kong," just angrily. You could tell he thinks the British people were stupid. But, yeah, that was pretty funny. Travelling with random call sign. What a way to travel, guys. Yeah, the problem is with an Alpha, it wouldn't be a very good smuggling vehicle because it's going to break down, isn't it? It's going to break down, so... and then they're going to find you. Like, if you're going to do a good smuggling run, you need a reliable car. So that, no Peugeots, no Alphas. You could maybe have well, Mazdas are unreliable, aren't they? But they're nice to drive, but they're supposedly unreliable. Smart cars unreliable. They have to be like a Skoda. I'm sorry, random, but Skoda Citigo. Skoda Citigo is more reliable than your Alpha when it's not even got wheels attached to it. Skoda Citigos are like the Toyota pickup truck of road cars. Like, Skodas are amazing. Aren't Skodas made by BMW, or are they made by Volkswagen now? Who makes Skoda? It's Volkswagen. It's VW, isn't it now? 1991 Honda Accord. Yeah, well, because I think Japan as a country has a lot of... Japan has really cold climate, like proper snow winter, and proper hot, humid. So if you're for a car to be good in Japan, it has to like survive awful cold weather and awful humidity, which are like from a sort of environmental aspect in terms of damaging a vehicle and affecting reliability. That range is going to have a really big impact on it, so that might explain. And Japanese stuff's normally supposed to be really good anyway, but that might explain why Japanese cars end up being particularly reliable. Whereas, you know, American cars, they just have to drive in a straight line through a desert. Your daughter hello. What's your daughter's name? I've forgotten. It's not Emily. Was it Emily? I can't ever remember names. Everyone's got the same name. It's confusing. Hello, Counter Debate. Oh, it was. Hello, Emily. I hope you're behaving yourself. I hope you're doing what Mummy and Daddy tell you to do. And I hope you're building an improved Lego house where the bathroom en suite is actually next to the bathroom as opposed to down the corridor and over a brick wall, which is not an acceptable building arrangement. Every 4-year-old knows that, you know, you need a good sized bathroom next to the bedroom, and you need, you know, cinema, sim room. We'll get Random Call Sign's daughter building proper houses in no time with their Lego sets. Yeah, everyone type hello Emily in chat. She did. She's been spinning around on your chair. Have you put your order in for a cheap... No, I haven't. Oh, Emily's been helloed. Whew. Here we go, guys. Race 2's about to start. Should be good. I enjoyed that first race. It was nice and chill. We had a few moments there. It's all about... I think the race 2 should be more aggressive. Normally it is. Dario Gonzalez. What are we doing for fuel? General. Yeah, I'm going to stick with the 80. Like, it's way too much fuel, but it's better safe than sorry. Dario Gonzalez. I just bought a second-hand Honda Accord. I'm amazed how good it works. Oh, that's good. Yeah, it's nothing more satisfying than a proper responsive button. I think we're doing reverse grid, guys. So this is going to be absolute carnage. Alfa Romeos are for Alphas. Well, I'll be honest. Your Alfa Romeo is not. I mean, it's got the National Trust logos on it. It's not a bad car. It's quite comfortable. It's all right. I don't mind. Like, it's got a nice interior. The dash is nice on it. That's something they mess up in a lot of modern cars. Right, here we go. Race number 2, guys, for REMUS Invitational. Reverse grid. Now, because I started... Tried a bit of a cheeky one there. Just being squashed. Because I started in 15th, the reverse grid didn't really make much difference. Didn't get spun. That's the main thing, is not getting spun in that situation. The car on our left. Not bad. Even the plastic rusts. Ow. Ow. Absolutely punted there. Fortunately in RaceRoom you can get punted without too much badness happening. Oh, he's going to be slow out of that. Oh, come on, man. To be fair, it was a good defence by him. I thought I'd got enough up the outside. Need the VR headset. Endrukas, my new rival. He's in a BMW, typical BMW driver. Oh man, we've got a car going right round the outside there. I'm using the CSL DD on this rig, yeah. I've got the podium on another rig at the moment. Who doesn't have multiple high-end T-slot sim rigs? Surely everyone does. It's not going too bad. Try and get around the outside. I think we will. Defending the inside. Fair enough. Can I get on the inside through here? Nope. We might have to go for the T1 lunge here. I'm also defending the car behind me though. I'm trying to defend the car behind me without giving up the draft of the car in front of me. He's missed the brake point, so... Oh, bloody hell, that did not work out for me. Mr. Pfeiffer, I was chatting to him earlier. Good driver. Oh, come on, guys. Getting a bit punted here. Some punt to pass going on. Absolute punt to pass going on here. We're not actually that bad for pace, but we're being shuffled off the track by that other guy. Got Jardier behind us. Have to try and cover off the inside. It's a balance of not losing the draft of the car in front whilst also trying to defend the line. Oh, come on, guys. Come on, oh, they're so slow, and they've left this. That's allowed Jardier to come through the outside. Jesus Christ. So people are really fast, but they're slow in traffic. It's bizarre. It's like I'm faster in traffic. Jardier's really good at driving through the traffic there. Definitely picked the right line. Hello, Beeson. That's it. Some 90s DTM style driving to get past him. God, Jardier's on the same team as me. Come on, Jardier. Totally safe rejoin there. Oh, I didn't want to. Second was bogging down, so I went down into first, and then we got stuck in the traction control. Should have just kept it in second there. Oh yeah, it does not like first gear for that. Let's not do that. Lesson learned. Oh, I got Porsche'd. Oh, you git! You idiot! You idiot! That guy just took me out. What a penis. Absolute idiot. Oh, Christ almighty. Race ruined. He just wrecked me on that corner. What a belfries. What an ass! Why? What a knoblet. We were having a really nice race there, keeping up with Jardier. Ah, oh, Christ. Absolutely wrecked me. There was no catching it, there's nothing I could do. Why would you do that? At that corner as well, you just don't need to do that. Still got 11 minutes left. Now we've got 11 minutes. What do you mean turned in more than usual? There's no way for the car next to me. If he was next to me, there was no way for him to get a pass in through the next few corners. And if you're the car behind the car in front, you can't, like, it was a total pit maneuver. It was like it's a prolonged corner, but really there's no excuse for it. You really have to wreck someone in RaceRoom. RaceRoom's super forgiving for car contact, so to spin someone like that takes prolonged turn into it. It's one of the really great things about RaceRoom. I don't know what's going on with these guys behind us. The evidence proving what is going on here. I think damage is on. There's just no need for it. Like, it's there's 11 minutes left. There's a nice bunch of cars in front. We're at the same pace. You don't need to pit maneuver or if the car in front, even if I turned in too aggressively, the car behind responds to that. Like if you're behind the wheel arch of the car in front and they cut you off, you have to back out of it. Yeah, you can try RaceRoom for free. It's awesome. Great. Just download it on Steam. See, we've got Zedward Dog defending us. Can't argue with the dog. He wasn't making him... He just took me out. It takes massive amounts of effort to wreck someone in RaceRoom. They literally drove and kept pushing on the car. There wasn't a way for me to respond to it either, because they turned into me and then were pushing me, so I couldn't even respond to it and counter steer out of the way. There was literally nothing I could do. Which in GT3 and RaceRoom, like you honestly have to outright punt, like you have to be really aggressive to wreck someone in RaceRoom, which I think is great. Like in real GT3 racing, it's more forgiving than real life, but given pings and stuff, that actually makes it really good for racing. Yeah, you don't need to get all the DLC at Currentum. They do sales every year, like a Christmas sale, and they do a whole bunch of them. Well, you get the whole thing for like €50, give or take. The rank racing is really good in RaceRoom. Yeah, RaceRoom feels really good on pretty much all the equipment out there. I want to do another race now. I want a rematch. I was enjoying that. I enjoyed the first race and the start of the second race. Sim racers should implement a system where if someone wrecks you, they get a penalty and you get respawned as if you hadn't been wrecked. You could do that in sim racing. That way you don't get penalised for other people doing stupid things. Chardier's misspelled brother. Wow, we're seeing the replay. But, Erwin, you also have to think of it. On that left-hander, you can't... You're going to be... If you overtake on the inside of it, you're not in position for the following corner. So it's a completely pointless overtake to make as well. So not only is it risky and that they're behind because they spun me from the rear wheel, it wasn't a side-on hit, they aren't going to win the position once you get to the next 3 corners anyway. So it's literally pointless unless you wreck the car in front of you. That's what you have to think when you're overtaking a car. You have to think, right, does it put you in a position that's actually going to let you keep the overtake for the next corner? Or if you're side by side with the vehicle. And I think a lot of people just think, oh, overtake. I'll overtake now. Wow, we'll do a crash analysis after the race. I'm never guilty because I'm the driver. It's never the driver that's guilty. It's always the other driver. Everyone knows that. Racefans.net discussion. Well, the only reason I got pushed back as well was from some ramshackling going on. Jardier managed to get through really nicely, and then we managed to get back. Then we caught back up with Jardier, like trailing him, and then we got doodle-diddled again. Got 2 minutes to go here. Mr. Opened B door. I'm trying to catch up with him, but sound of the corners contain too much seagulls. What the tyre skid sound? Tyres can be quite noisy in your car in real life, you know. It depends though. Like road slicks don't make as much noise as road tyres. Slicks make more of a bassy kind of lower pitch sound, whereas road tyres go. Oh, until a race car on slicks does like a 360 no scope, then they're noisy. I had an LMP2 car, lost it on a corner. I was at Silverstone. I was watching an LMP. I think it was an LMP2 car. It might be an LMP1. I don't know. I think it was LMP2, and they spun on the final corners of Silverstone, and that was noisy. Normal driving with a bit of understeer. But not too bad normally. I wouldn't expect to beat Jardier, but I'd be happy to be within 4 places of him. What I don't understand is people that can qualify at 1:28s, and yet in a race, in traffic, they are deathly slow. It seems to be like a really common thing in sim racing that you have people in esports as well where they're really, really good at hot lapping, and that's what you need to qualify for the esports events, but they're actually not very good at racing. You see it in real world driving, actually. You have drivers that they have amazing pace, but as soon as they have to battle with a teammate or it's a close field, they just break down. Like they can't race, but they can drive fast, but they can't race. Two completely separate skills. You see it, F2 is probably the best example of that, with the cars being more mixed. You can really see which drivers. So like Michael Schumacher going back, Robert Kubica, who else? There's a whole bunch of them, like real world Formula 1 drivers where they could race. Proper racing. Hamilton's good at racing. There's a bunch of them, but then you see other drivers and they can't race, and I think that happens in esports as well. I think it's a race, but the skill difference between how good they are at hot lapping versus their race skill is really wide for some drivers. And it's especially rare for drivers to be very, very fast hot lappers and very, very fast race drivers. I'm really interested to see how Russell in Formula 1 pans out. That'll be interesting. Because he seems like he might be I think he might be the full real deal. You know what I mean? Well, that was a good start of the race. Yeah, we'll show a replay of it. I enjoyed that. The first race was really good fun. The second race was great until that incident. But really appreciate being invited. I enjoyed it. We had a bit of, considering there's esports guys in that. Hey, Sim Races Arms. Yeah, I was a little bit unlucky. Well, look at the replay. It's going to be my fault, isn't it? It's me just slagging him off. It's going to be entirely my fault. I need to lose the evidence. That was great racing, though. So, the... oh, look. Mr. Pfeiffer came second there. M. Luna in first. L. Krippner in third. Nice one. So, you guys need to check out the REMUS GT3 Championship if you like following RaceRoom Esports or REMUS. And this season starts on the 5th of the 10th, Spa, then 26th Nürburgring, 9th the 11th Red Bull Ring, 16th the 11th Road America, 30th of the 11th Bathurst, 14th of the 12th Macau. That's going to be interesting to watch. Macau in GT3 cars. Install the handbrake. But we'll see who wins, Team SHMEE or Team REMUS. Not REMUS, Team MALMEDIE. Nice one. I enjoyed that. Let's look at the evidence here. Voted guilty. Race 2. Here we go. It's going to be me driving into him. I couldn't see him on my left. Oh no, B-Sim, don't do that. You don't want to do that. Might as well play Farm Simulator. Oh, I should just jump off the Dover cliffs preemptively. What excuse should I go with? Oh, small monitor. If I had a VR headset. Right. Let's go to the... chase cam. Super GT style. So we had a, let's just watch it in real time. We had a really good start there. Good start. Managed to get through that. It was a bit tight there, a bit of poking. Got through there, nicely done. Toot my own horn. Helicopter people make noise in chat. I was getting on and off the brake there because I could see the other car trying to come through. We were doing alright at this point. Nice bit of draft from the cars in front. That's the hard part when you're in like a field of cars with GT3s. See that was who was that? We were absolutely poked off the track there. Najukas. So he goes for the wider entry with the faster exit, but just drives into the back of us, and then pushes us wide. Somewhat interesting technique there for getting the pass in. We've got much better pace with theirs. He's got bogged down in traffic. Then he messes up that. I'm going around the outside, and he's following a line here. He goes for the... I thought I had enough space. He goes for a defensive block. To be honest, it's fine. You know. I didn't realise how wide my car was. I thought I had enough space to squeeze through. I was trying not to run wide, and then he's just defended it. That's fine. But that slowed me down for this car. That's alright. That's totally fine. It's all good. Well, no, Paul Keeble, he's rejoined the track after an accident. So, yeah, it's not necessarily wrong what he did, but, you know, it's fine. Hello, Max. Nice one, man. You got through right up the top there. You got through the traffic. I did not. I got jammed. I'm now being spread on some sandwich. It's all good through here. So we're keeping pace with these guys. This is all good. I don't know what happened to him. We've got a nice line through that. Here we go. This is where we actually moved up quite a bit. Got on the throttle through that nicely. He defends off to the right. Nice driving by that car there. Defending the inside from the car there. He gets through, but I think we retake it. No, he pushes through. That's fine. Good move by that car. The car, okay, he's not making that ever. You've got to go for the dive bomb, but that is absurd. Who's this? SHMEE. He's missed the break point. There's no way he's making that corner without hitting me. I'd move out of the way to basically let him through there. I mean, that is not happening. If you're a car in this position, in a GT3 car, no, that's never going to work. Like, it's never going to happen, so that's alright. Bit of a dodgy overtake by him. What a bugger. What? Bentley's a double-decker bus. Bentley's trying to come through here as well. Look how big the Bentley is, it's hilarious. So that pump by him basically allows the Bentley to shuffle on through. It was a tiny tap because I moved out the way, Erwin. I knew he was going to ram me. So I... Jesus Christ, look. I literally see him coming. I'm lining up for the corner here. I come off the brakes and turn left at the point of him coming in. When I see him coming in here, you can see I come off the brakes and then back out of it there to give him room. So shut up about him getting it. He literally, I let him through basically. He broke better because I let him through to not... Oh, Jesus Christ. It was a dirty send. If you... I don't know what I can say. Because the problem is, in RaceRoom, if you're the car on the inside and you're... He didn't outbrake me. I came off my brakes so he wouldn't hit me. How many times do I have to say it? Christ almighty. If you're on the brakes, on the limit in RaceRoom... and you're at the limit of the tyres and the car behind you hits you, you will just spin. So it's better for you to not be at the limit of the brakes, especially if a car's going to absolutely smash you on the inside. It's better for you to back out of it. You'll lose the position, but at least you haven't spun the car. Oh my God, what is going on here? High price. Okay, so he's just gone for the... Like, where are you going to get through here? Where are you going to... How... If you're this car... No. You can't do that... No. There's not a space for a car here. Like, what on earth? You need to be taking the wider line and get the exit. Unless you're DTM punting your way through, which is what he's going for. He's just absolutely rammed the side of my car there. And that's put me into traction control. He hit me so hard I hit the car in front of me. I mean, to be fair, Bentley is a double-decker boss. This is punt to pass. It is nice that RaceRoom allows you to have contacts though. Got a much better line through there. I got on the throttle too early. This bumper just appearing. That was me sliding all over there. I think this is where the... No. We had a few laps. Hang on, this is where I try and get it back. Little bit. Yeah, it's alright, that's RaceRoom contact's fine. I'm taking the Game of Muscle Racing line. That's a... what? 1-1. There you go. That was alright. That's perfectly fine. Nah, that's alright. I was getting him back for the previous one. It may have been an off-track overtake, but... 1-1. 1-1. I didn't take him out. Oh. That was me going in the wrong gear there. No, because the Bentley absolutely rammed me on the inside of my door. I barely touched him. My car was off the track. The thing that was illegal with my move was the fact that I wasn't on the racetrack, not the contact with him. Oh, there it is. Look at that. See, he kept hitting me, even if I'm turning in. It's just annoying. I mean, he had nowhere to go, did he? Didn't happen, guys. I think he turned right though at the end. Like you have the initial contact, and then that happens there, and then he keeps driving. Yeah, even if I turn into him initially, which is fine. Did that contact cause him to then turn right, and then he won't back out of it, even though my car's been... You've got the initial like, I take blame for the initial me turning in. Obviously, I'm coming across, but I think he's after the contact. This is him pit maneuvering me afterwards. Once you make contact, you're married. Like, that takes effort to do that in RaceRoom, to keep going at. He doesn't even back off it at all. He has plenty of space on the left whilst I'm coming across. Look, he's got plenty of space here. He can easily use more curb. I don't know what the complaint is. Here on the right, he's like, this is where I'm losing it. You know, you can't do payback, can you? I couldn't actually, on my screen I couldn't see him. I need a VR headset for that. Like this this is my fault entirely. Like, I'm cutting him off. I'm coming in here. I'm understeering. I'm expecting my car to understeer more, but I cut across him here. This is my fault. Like, I could have avoided this entirely. Although I'm still like quite fine from him, but still my fault. This is the bit that doesn't make sense because no one's actually had an accident yet here. It's why does he turn out of it and then keep turning right into me repeatedly? I'm turning in here because he's driving into the back of my car. I'm just doing the line of the corner. This corner, you're going down the hill. It's not. It's just annoying that it spun me totally, like there's nothing I could do. Have a vote in the chat, guys. What do you think? Was I guilty or not guilty? Yeah, I think he was correct in the oversteer the back of his car. It's just annoying that it ended in a spin. I'm not bothered about the initial contact. It's the continuing of driving when the car in front's spinning. Always guilty. He's still pushing me there. Why did I lose out on that? Why was I the one that lost out? Was it him that was... Let's evaluate this guy's driving from before, see if he's been doing the guilty punties. Oh, well. The first race was good, really good. I mean, generally it was all right. For most of it, we were actually in the field driving. It wasn't like everyone was just ploughing past us. We were actually in with a chance to be in the top 10 or so, I think, if we hadn't been, if we hadn't had the accident. Let's look for more excuses. What's the, what, is this the Audi? The Audi's a harder car to drive than the Chevy's a lot easier. It's probably the easiest car to drive in RaceRoom. Hello, Atlee Mayans. Thing is, I should have even before this whole thing, I should have defended the left-hand side. I should have compromised the entry to being on the left-hand side before anything happened, and then he wouldn't have even had a chance to do an overtake. So that would have been the best option. Like, the best way to avoid crashes in a race is to defend preemptively so on a corner like this, you can't overtake on the outside in a beneficial way. So if you defend this preemptively, you're not sure, you might lose pace on the cars in front. At the time in this race, I was trying to keep up with these guys, so I was more concentrating on that. But looking back at it, given that this car was a faster driver than me, if you have a car that's faster or equally paced to you behind you, it makes more sense to compromise your pace against the car in front of you and the corner to defend the car behind. So compromising and defending the inside of that, you wouldn't get as good exit. It would be slower through the corner, but there's literally no way for this car to make a move around the outside and then pass you on this corner. Alright, it's Edward Dog, thanks for watching. Now, Damon DeGrassi, on this you would have to defend it pretty hard, because otherwise they're just going to brake late and it will look like you driving into them, or they will just plough into the side of you. So it would make sense in this scenario with a car that's aggressively making moves on the that's faster and aggressively making moves. It would make sense to aggressively defend it so they don't even, they can't. The only thing they could do is drive into the back of you, which in RaceRoom, in some sims, if a car drives into the back of you, it's worse for the car in front. But in RaceRoom, it's these cars have ABS. I don't think it did lock up. I was probably just stabbing the brake like a lunatic. In RaceRoom, if you're the car behind and you're driving to the car in front, it's worse for the car behind than the car in front. The car behind's more likely to spin. That's a really weird thing, how in iRacing and I think Assetto Corsa 1 and ACC, if you're the car behind and you hit into the car in front, it will take out the car in front. In RaceRoom, R Factor 2, like all the G-Motor physics games, I think also Automobilistas, Automobilista 2, obviously Automobilista 1's RaceRoom, if you're the car behind and you hit the car in front from behind, it will cause the car behind to lose control more than the car in front. It's the collision code. You can definitely be way more aggressive in RaceRoom. I think you really have to be as well, which is good. I think that's better. I think that's more fun. Yeah, the Porsche's a lot more nimble through the corners on this track. Still turning in. I can't believe I lost out on that so much. So still turning in. Look, it'll be like 3 weeks. I'm still turning in. I'll be turning in for the next month. Look, I'm still turning in. Still turning in. Still turning in. Still, I'm on holiday. Still turning in. We can go back like 5 cars. I'll still be turning in. Hang on. How many cars can we go back? There he is. Still turning in. Still turning in. Oh dear. Still turning in. Still turning in. It's still still turning in. There's no more cars to record me still turning in. No, that's it. Forever turning in. The infinite turning. What on earth's going on here? Oh, here we go. Let's see what happened with these cars. I was trying to take the tighter apex. I was going for this bit of road here. That's the better line through that bit. You got to turn in tight there. You got to jump the Armco, and then you line it up there, and you can jump the corner. You got to like sideways drift jump it. It's an advanced technique. Still turning. Still turning. Ah, Christ. Ah, well. I got a good complaint out of it. Hang on. This was the... Okay. What happened with him in the other car? Did he do it to this other car as well? I'm seeing a pattern here, guys. I'm finding a pattern. This is like a murder mystery. So this guy comes up the inside. F. Hasser. So he turns in on this guy. And absolutely... And he smashes him. And he hits him in the tail. So, look. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. This guy's a former police force. The game is afoot. This is a Sherlock Holmes mystery. Yeah, it was alright. I think it was just unlucky. The contact was hard enough that it put my car in a spin that I couldn't recover from. It's Summer Murders. Whoa, dear. Woo! Oh, we hit him! We just parked there. I mean, come on. What are you doing? Chonk. There goes his bumper. Oh, and he pits! Guys, this guy took me out, which was my fault. But then he pits out and quits out the race. So he's not only wrecked me, he then... Bloody criminal, guys. He didn't even win the race. AV flashback, yeah. I tell you what I think it's to do with. In G-Motor physics games, I think what it is when the car hits the car in front, it pushes the front of the car and compresses the suspension, causes the suspension to bottom out, which is what then causes it pushes the tyres over. It wasn't my contact that damaged his car. It was his contact with the car at the side. It was this. I don't know why this guy. It was this that wrecked his car here. Bonk. All for nothing. Yeah, it might depend on the shape of the collision model, but at the same time, I think it is the same with all the cars in G-Motor based games. So, do you remember with R Factor 1 where they would where people they would set the collision model different so that the cars could drive through each other a little bit? Oh, I enjoyed that. Might jump onto like a ranked server now, actually, or something. Feel like doing another race. That's awesome, though. I highly recommend getting RaceRoom. I think it is probably the best jump-in multiplayer racing game at the moment. I mean, what else can you jump on and have a good race in? Shocking. Shocking. Here we go. Look, we've got the ranked here. We could do a Monza circuit, GT3. Let's join that. Europe 5. Go for it. Sound of Guns. Are you going to enable... What's that? What? I don't know. What is BBTV 7 TV emote? I don't know. I don't know what that is. I've been out of the YouTube. I'm outside of the YouTube way of doing things. Hang on. I'm going for this one. I think it is C7. Yeah. New emotes. Okay, sure. I just think RaceRoom's fun. I think there's a lot of the Sims suffer from not being fun. Like you could have physics that are more realistic in the sense that maybe the grip levels are closer to real life, which it never is because real life's so variable. But you know, for argument's sake, let's say the grip levels are more realistic, or the amount of slip angles more realistic, or the car engine, you know, whatever. It's more realistic, but it's like, what's the point if it's not fun? It's like, I've got the most realistic Formula E racing simulator. Is Formula E? What's the point? It's like having the most realistic version of Pocono Raceway. At the end of the day, it's always going to be Pocono Raceway. You could make the best Pocono Raceway that ever existed ever with like the most high resolution VR headset, full motion. It could literally be real world Pocono Raceway, and it would be worse. It'd be worse than like anything because it's Pocono Raceway. Darren 42, real life over 8. I agree. I honestly, right, having been driven a few cars and been a passenger in a few more cars on racetracks and stuff, real life's great, but the competitive and convenience of sim racing is really good. Like, it's fine. Like, here we go. George Howard. I can't sing, man. We can just enjoy the music. I can't clap. Football, the odd version. Beautiful moment there. I have to I can't sing, guys, sorry. Well, that's probably a good thing. I have to protect the old lungers. Yeah, the Enya version. Sail away, sail away, sail away. Enya's amazing. Ah, man. I can't even football hooligan song. Ah, Jesus Christ. Right. We've got. Is anyone joining this server here? Thomas Schmidt, get in there. The music's too strong. Everyone needs time to recover. There's 13 minutes left to practice. Oh, it's Lee! 7 Motorsports Lee. Lee, what pace is your car, that Toyota Celica? Is it faster than GT4? Or is it about the same as a GT4 car? Like, where does it fit in? Your lungs are not great after hearing that. I need a lung transplant. Anybody got some spare lungs? Dario Gonzalez, have you tried both Quest 2 and Rift S? Yes. I wouldn't get a Rift S because they're basically discontinued. But the Rift S, I prefer the Rift S for sim racing. You could probably get a Rift S super cheap. It's lighter than the Quest 2, it's more comfortable, and obviously is a PC plug-in headset. Honestly, I would recommend trying to get a Valve Index. If you can get a Rift S super cheap, it's a very light and airy headset, which and they use the PlayStation head strap thing. The Quest is more like it's good as a device in and of itself, and it's got a good resolution screen. Have I blocked enough today? We were doing all right. No, honestly, it went a lot better than I was expecting. Like we weren't like literally awful. In the race, we were sort of like a second and if the race was longer, we would have been like 2 seconds slower than the fastest guys. But in a 20-minute race, we were sort of like 15th or so. Well, that's where we finished in the first race. So, not properly, Chili Dog. No, it was a bit wobbly. Nice idea though. I can see that being a good thing. A nice idea, but you kind of think, well, you end up spending so much money for that, you might as well just get a wheel stand. Yeah, hello Zero Force Racing. I have to say that Valve Index is still the best all-round VR headset. It's the vertical field of view. Really makes you feel like you're in the car or in the environment. Like, wide field of view is good for visibility, but vertical height of field of view is what places you in reality. It's it's like if you've ever been to like an IMAX cinema, like you go to a cinema in real life, they might have a really wide screen. You sit at the front, it's wide, but it doesn't give you like vertigo, it doesn't look real. Whereas if you ever go to like an IMAX cinema where it's a square screen, it's as wide as it is vertical. The verticality is what places you, which is why the Valve Index is so immersive. Oh, it was Euro 3, but apparently it's full now, Thomas. I might do another race after this. What? 3 to 4 seconds faster than MX-5 Cup car? What spec is that then? So is that like GT5 or something? It had really nice brakes on it though. This is on Monza. Oh, I don't have a setup for this actually. Or is it fit? It's not fit setup. Oh dear. Wow, I'm sure we do alright. How do you set up this stiffness? Oh, here we go. I really don't know with this car, so I'm just going to leave it. We'll be alright. Yeah, it's a bit late for set. Oh, we've got 10 minutes. Yeah, I can twiddle the brake bias when I'm in the car. I have tried the Quest 2 with the newish wireless setup. We'll be alright. I'm just doing a casual rank race. Oh well, I'll just leave it how it is. Yeah, VR's a weird one. So at Sim Racing Expo, they had a 4K VR headset where it had two 4K screens, and then it had there was 1080p small screen for higher resolution in the middle, and you couldn't see them joining at all. And that looked sharp. That looked almost as sharp as real life, but then the field of view was lower than a Valve Index. So it's like, well, if you don't have the field of view, it's like, it's not really... I mean, you've got the head tracking. There's just something about, like, the Valve Index and the original HTC Vive. There's something about the lenses and how they're set up that gives you presence that I personally don't get from the Rift S, the Rift, any of the Rift headsets, or any other headset for that matter, even the Pimax. Like, whatever they do with the Valve and the HTC Vive, gives you a much better sense of presence. But then for sim racing, the resolution's a bit low on the Valve Index, and the Rift S is a good value for money option, and the Quest 2 works. So I probably did Phantom Race. I didn't really play around too much with stuff. I mean, I looked at things, but the thing is like, expos are nice to try things out, but you can't really fiddle with stuff properly, you know. And there's so much noise, you can't even hear the sims. and they've normally got iRacing set up, which is just not a very good simulator for feeling what stuff's doing. I think there might be a new VR headset, can't debate it by next year, to be honest. Christopher Allwood, yeah, I just saw the Index as a more comfortable HTC Vive with a slightly higher resolution screen, to be honest. But yeah, the Index is basically the Vive. It's the same thing as a Vive, just slightly improved. Yeah, no, I mean, I've used Brian Mabet. When does my motion rig turn up? I'm actually I don't have enough time to do a review at the moment. I actually have we might do some motion rig stuff later on, but yeah. The original Rift, wow, that was all right, I guess. Yeah, so yeah, with the VR headsets, I specifically remember the DK. Well, obviously using the first Rift was like impressive, because it was like it wasn't the first VR headset I'd used, but it was the first wide field of view VR headset. So the first Rift, and the DK2 was a really big improvement over the Rift because of the head tracking. But yeah, like you said, I agree. Like I'd say the Valve Index and the Vive are like that was the last sort of big wow stopping point. I need eye tracking and depth of field and really high frame rates and better designed VR games. I've used the Pimax 8K. The lenses on it just aren't... The vertical field of view is not enough, and the lenses on it aren't quite right. Is there anything from the expo? Not really. Not that I can think of. Any top secret news? No. If there was, I couldn't tell you. Well, I tried one of those counter debate. That's what I tried at Sim Racing Expo, and it's crisp, but the field of view is not so good. So, and you need like a 3090, and even then it struggles with frame rate. So, and they're what, £3,000? It's like, I think the limitations with VR are also on the software side, to be honest. Like with the Sims and how elegant it is, you know. What you want is you want a VR headset to be like Shades, really light, Shades done. The Secret Men. Oh, they work for a car company. So secret car company people. Yeah, that's more. So though that like the Vario headset, they're for businesses where they're doing specific training applications where they need that resolution. The same sort of thing which VR used to be, you know, where people would have like a cave system and things. They're not really. They're designed for a specific commercial application. Porky, exactly. We need the games to be programmed better, so like Forza Horizon graphics engine, DLSS that works with VR, which is possible, and then foveated rendering, which you need the eye tracking for, obviously, and smaller, much smaller and lighter VR headsets, which should all happen in the next within 10 years, but. You're still trying to upgrade your graphics card. Well, you just need to win the lottery. It's easy, simple. just win the lottery. Done. Well, my energy bill's mental. I owe like the power company like an additional £1,000 or something. I complained to them because I was like, hang on. Weirdly, I'm having to pay a lot for gas rather than electric. Which doesn't make any sense at all. Ah, well. Just turn the heating off. The original Assetto Corsa, I think, is the best looking to performance game in VR. And yeah, Project Cars 2 definitely looks really good and runs well in VR. Well, it's definitely not a gas leak because if I turn all my heaters off and everything, I can hear the gas meter when I'm down here, just live streaming. Because it's squeaky. Sim races up. Well, this is the thing, you know. Is Autosport happening in January again next year? Because I'll definitely go to it. That never bothered me, Paul Keeble. Personally. I know what you mean. Like, if you wanted to just stay in the VR headset, I've always took my headset off between races and everything, so I never really found it an issue. Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, I've always had like a monitor on my VR rig stuff. The leak could be in my house. Yeah, but if it was in my house, then I would hear it taking gas through the meter. If that makes sense. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, if the meter's counting up, there is gas going through it. So if there was a leak in the house, it would have to be going through the gas meter. So I'd be able to hear it turning. Do you see what I'm saying? There might be a leak outside the house before the meter. But then I wouldn't be charged for it, so it doesn't matter. Mind you, given how old my house is, there probably is gas leak. That would explain my memory loss. I've got gas alarms and everything, so. Alright. You need text-to-speech for everything, Paul Keeble. It's a brand new boiler counter debate. We'll see. I get a full service. I've had it for a year now, so I'll get a service. We'll see what happens. man. I'm starving. I've been eating coleslaw on sandwiches because I bought a box. You know in like Lidl, you buy like a box of coleslaw. Because I was like, oh, I can have that with, as a salad. And then I haven't had anything to have it with, so I don't like wasting food. It's like irrational. I have a real irrational food waste. Like I can't waste food. I hate wasting any food. So I've got this box of coleslaw. So I'm like, oh, it's going off tomorrow. So I've just had a whole day of eating coleslaw on sandwiches. Yeah, we got a lot of food shortages. Nothing to do with the government, eh? Yeah, good job. Yeah, I did. They're actually counter debate. They're actually doing a. I put in a thing. They're doing a. What's it called? I don't know what it's called. But you know what I mean? Where you complain and then it takes them like a month and they do a comparison thing. Hello, Scotty boy. Just got your rig set back up after a year. Oh, nice one. Nice. Welcome back to the world of ruined life. Yeah, I tell you what. I definitely want to be playing some more AC soon. You joke, Chili Dog, but I wish, because I don't have a bath, I'll just stand in the shower for like 40 minutes or until the water runs out, basically. I like, and also having it super. So that's probably why my gas bill's expensive, because my water is super heated, and then I just stand in the shower for 40 minutes. Oh dear. The shower's not hot enough unless your skin's literally coming off your body. Oh yeah, so AC. I was for a video I've been working on, which it should come out before the end of the month. Oh, Jesus Christ. The brake points are... I need to move my brake bars back. Yeah, I was messing around with that real head movement. It's really good. The real head movement app. So instead of using lock to horizon, I'm pretty sure someone's told me to use it like 100 times, and I was like, no, I don't need that. But then I had to use it because I was getting motion sick on this this rig we're using. And it's so good how you can tune it in and you can get the image really nice in terms of the camera movement not being obnoxious. What's it called? Real head movement, is it called? Is that what it's called? It's the app you install it and then Content Manager runs it. It's a whole separate app outside the game that controls how the head moves, how the onboard camera moves. Really, really, and it's programmed by what's his name? One of the guys that did one of the really early OSW softwares. French guy. He's been in our chat a few times. Real head motion, that's it. Yeah, James Andrew, you can you add it to Content Manager and it'll automatically load, so you can forget about it, which is cool. Yeah, it's surprising. Like, it's surprising how much of an effect it has. There we go. But yeah, you know, it really blows my mind, like how close Sims are to real life. It's like, why even bother with real life? Like, unless you were driving a crazy fast car in real life, I honestly don't think it's worth the hassle and the cost compared to a simulator with good force feedback and good ranking and what have you. AC and RaceRoom, like iRacing's just crap, but like R-Factor 2, RaceRoom and AC, it's like, unless you were driving like a GT3 car or something mental in real life where the G-forces are really, you know, really a huge component of it, why bother? It's like, it's no point. the aspect of sim racing where you're like trying to brake better, corner better, balance the accelerator out of the corner. Like, sure, it's simplified in a driving sim. Real life has more depth. There's more going on in real life, but the activity is basically the same general activity. Like, if real life... No, ACC forcing back's still shocking. If real life costs, like, I don't know, like 10 times as much as sim racing, you'd be like, oh, okay, I'll do real life. But it's literally like 1,000 times more expensive, so it's certainly not even 5 times as good as a driving simulator. Oh, we ain't got no fuel here. We'll be starting at the back here. You really miss the smell of car. Oh, that's, yeah, the cockpit, the car smell. Sound is something that's a lot better in real life than Sims. Way better in real life. That's something that Sims still don't do too good. Well, Dirt Rally's not too bad. I don't know, Scotty boy. They don't. I think it's because of the tire model and the physics and the engine, the game engine. I'm really hoping that Kunos's next game, which will probably come out in the next 3 or 4 years. 3 years. I really hope they'd use a different engine, which I think they are, and I really hope that rectifies it, and maybe different tyre model or something. Whatever's going on. I mean, I think the physics are crap in ACC as well, to be honest. Better than iRacing, but I don't know what's going on. It just doesn't feel good to me. They did a lot of work. They weren't lazy using Unreal. Kunos did relatively speaking, they did a really good job, and they did a lot of work on it. It's pretty crazy what they managed to achieve with Unreal, to be honest. But like, it's definitely not laziness. It's just that game engine's just got its own things. Games development is very hard, so here we go. Let's see how this goes. Don't know if Thomas Schmidt got in. I think he said he was joining. Yeah, just put some burn some tyres and pour fuel on you in your sim rig. And if you're doing oh, thanks for subscribing, SM Lack. If you're doing 1960s racing, you could put a bomb under your sim rig as well and just set it off at random to set fire to yourself for ultimate realism. Here we go, right. Starting at the back here. Our T1's bound to be clean. Really want to be on the inside, and I'm not. So it's going to be a case of doing this without trying not to get any damage. Bit of a rear end there. Car's flying behind us. Well, the replay of this is going to be interesting. That was pretty good. Top-notch driving through that. Lucky I did a little bit of a lunge through there because there was a lot of accidents behind us. Yeah, well, the thing is you want to be careful, but you also have to be aggressive. It's a hard balance. Because if you're not, you can very easily have a car rear end you. I didn't get any damage. That was a good. That was a really good T1. I took it better. I took that corner better than Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton. So clearly, I'm a god. That was absolutely hilarious. The Monza Formula 1 race. Oh, I love that. That was so good. I don't know. I think the tyre model's terrible in ACC. I think maybe it's they might have the right data, and you know, but it drives like ass. So I'm not going to ever drive the real GT3 cars. So I don't care. Honestly, I think the GT3 cars in iRacing, from a driving pleasure standpoint, are probably even better than ACC, and they're terrible. I was so late on the brake there. I think there's a thing with driving sims where developers will say, oh, this is the most realistic thing and we have XYZ feature, and then the players, rather than going, okay, is this actually fun, will go, oh, well, it's realistic. Even though it may or may not be realistic still, they just take what the developer says. And it's like, well, hang on. Surely the criteria for a game is whether or not it's fun. And everyone's playing driving sims as games. They're not, all the home users are not going out in a GT3 car. And I know multiple GT3 drivers that don't think any of the simulators are particularly realistic. They'll say, oh, this aspect of ACC is realistic, this aspect of R Factor 2 is realistic, this aspect of, you know, because there's aspects of different sims that are close and not close. So surely the main thing for entertainment is the sim fun? And you know, I guess that's subjective. There'll be loads of people that think that iRacing's amazing with its physics and ACC's amazing, so I definitely think a lot of people base their enjoyment on they believe what the developers said rather than what they're actually experiencing. So they're role playing it as it being realistic, and because they think it's realistic, then they think they're getting closer to real motorsport. So in their mind, it's like that's what makes it better. Yeah, I've spoken to real drivers that say RaceRoom's better than other sims. It's like, I think RaceRooms are awesome. I love how it feels and drives. The tyres are. I don't think the tyres feel like racing slicks, but the cars drive like cars. That's all I want. Car drives like a car. Nice force feedback. You put different tyres on different cars, they will handle slightly different. So the main thing is it isn't necessarily getting a one-to-one with the tyres or a specific tyre. It's like, is the general envelope correct? I think is more important than, oh, the tyres are the right temperature and the braking distances are right, and we put this data in. No, I enjoy RaceRoom rank racing more than AC for sure, but I'm lucky I can get Chili Dog to set up a server, or easy to set up a server, and we can do racing with subs. But for like, if you're going to do public racing, realistically all you've got is RaceRoom and iRacing. The public racing in ACC is shocking, and the public racing even in AC as well, like in most games. Sim Racing System's good in AC actually, but RaceRoom ranking and the netcode is really good. So the car contacts and the netcode in RaceRoom are very forgiving, which is really good for online racing. RaceRoom feels really... RaceRoom is really good on a motion rig, by the way, if you ever get a chance. I'm a real race driver. RaceRoom's just fun. That's, you know, hard to quantify. I think the best, I think the good comparison thing is like I've said it before. It's like with armor, like armor 2, armor 3, and what have you, right? It's not what real life. It's not like airsoft or paintball. If you do paintball or airsoft in real life, more airsoft than paintball, because there's a specific way you play paintball, just because of how paintball operates. But if you do airsoft in real life, it's more like CS:GO than it is like armor, right? Even though armor, you know, armor 3 has like bullet penetration, all the different crouch positions, different infantry like stances and how you move around and everything, and stamina and camera shaking. Like armor is a simulator, right? I mean, it does simulate certain things that no other game can do, which is what VBS was originally made for. But for simulating, like if you wanted to simulate what the actual experience of sort of close quarter, fast paced real world gun combat would be like, it's much closer to Counter-Strike in the sense of if you had a team of people and you have to execute a thing and like you can aim your gun and move it, it's not clumbersome like it is in Armor 3. So even though Armor 3 has more features and is technically, you know, the bullets come out of the gun at the right speed, blah blah blah, and CS:GO is not a simulator, CS:GO is more realistic, it's closer to airsoft than armor. Mind you, Pavlov and what are the ones on the VR ones are literally like airsoft, but on a PC monitor in 2D. Ex-military, you're going to, yeah. The Scotty boy. The thing is, the military people take it less seriously, and you've got all those wannabe airsofters, they're wannabe SAS type people that take it too seriously and miss the point. The cover thing is a perfect example. So if you're playing CS:GO, right, really to Jesus Christ, to a moderately high level, a lot of it is about you pop out of cover, which is not what you do in real life at all, but like you're using cover, you're always trying to not show the enemy your body, which is a fundamental thing to real life combat, is always have something between, like use everything as a shield. It's like a free riot shield. you either be low to the ground or have something, anything in front of you, doesn't matter what it is, it's going to help. A, because the enemy might not see you, and B, if they do see you, they've got to shoot through something else. Anyway, that is often not the case in armor because you can't move around properly. But in CS:GO, because it's simplified movement, you actually focus on that more. Yeah, Paul Keeble, that's fine, but the close range stuff, armor magnifies the issues with player movement and everything in close range. Like if you're doing close range stuff in armor, you notice the issues even more. But like, there's other games, Hell Let Loose, that Project Reality game, they all do it way better than armor, and they are less of a simulator, but they end up being more realistic because they're not trying to like incorporate stuff that just doesn't work properly. But yeah, I know what you're saying. Like where armor shines, and the whole point of armor was if you like the reason VBS was made was for battlefield planning and trying to organise different types of vehicles and timing and coming in from different locations, and they sort of feel like a real time. The more the strategy and commanding, and overall tactical positioning aspect in a 3D space. That's what armor's good for, but it's not good for actual gun mechanics. Well, goodbye. Oh, we're almost in the top 10 here. I think armor actually is worse than Operation Flashpoint. Hello, Spitfire. Oh no, don't brake so early. Yeah, no, but I've played armor. I've played armor both in a with like I've played it with actual soldiers, like active duty soldiers back when it first came out. I've played it casually. I've played it in all different scenarios. And it's like same with CS. I've played CS with like the highest ranked players, like pro esports guys, as well as casual people. Obviously, how you play a game affects how it plays. The one thing that I found to be good with armor, and what it does do well, especially, is if you have a really well set up mission, and you're playing with like a group of. Ain't making that, mate. What a terrible break. If you play with a group of mates that understand the game properly, and you've got a really well set up mission, and you do it co-op against AI, that can work out well. But then again, the AI is effing atrocious and does really random stuff and is still crap, so even that has its problems. Hello, is he making the corner? I don't think he is. Where are you going? Alright, enjoy the track cut. Nice driving. Not quite got the braking right on this car. Oh, we're in 10th place, guys. It's not bad. 30 seconds left. I think we might have one more lap. Get in the top 10. Thomas Schmitz is second. Absolute filthy drive. Monza's a weird track, you know. It's kind of like the oval of road circuits. Some do donut. Nice. So what you do is you hit the sausage there and you flip your car on top of the other car, right? Pretty sure that's what you're meant to do on this track. What's the FX17? Oh, in RaceRoom. I don't know, I've not tried it. The F1 car. I don't drive Formula 1 cars. I'm only allowed to drive cars that are slow. Oh, cannot close him. Oh. Come on. Oh! Need a more open rear diff to hook it into that. How much are they? Are you actually going to buy one of these Formula cars? The running costs of it are going to be insane. Wow. We started really far back, so... Oh, Jesus Christ. You're going to bin it the first day you take it out. 40,000 pound car bin. Can you imagine? Oh, Jesus Christ. It's not going to boot up. Cars are worse than like a 90s PC. Owning a real car. Guys, we had this friend growing up, and his computer had like went to a LAN party, and his computer had like the malware Windows desktop saying in red, saying this computer has a virus, and you'd use his PC and everything was effed on it. It didn't even boot properly, and he was like, he'd been using it for like a year with it completely knackered. Like, I don't know what, it was beyond broken, but he was like, this is fine. That is what owning a real race car is like. A 2000s completely knackered, virus infested Windows XP PC. It wasn't Truman, it was Varden, wasn't it? Truman had like, he had expensive computer stuff. Oh man, it was Tom Varden. His computer was so broken. Oh man, it probably infected everyone else's computer at the LAN party. It was before it, you know, back when before people had like you had to install your own firewall and antivirus. So you go to LAN party and you'd have the people that had like it wasn't even a Vast. I don't know what we were using. It might have been a Vast. I think it was before that. What was everyone using before a Vast? It was before that. A Vast was like 2005 onwards, 2006. No, not McAfee was always crap. It was something. No, not Norton. That was crap. It was another one that was like a free one, but really good. Zone Alarm, yeah, loads of people use. Zone Alarm was all right actually. Yes, Zone Alarm, Zone Alarm, AVG and Zone Alarm. That's what it was. Yeah, it would have been AVG because it went from Zone Alarm to AVG to a Vast. What did everyone use after a Vast? And then after, there was something after a Vast, and then everyone just started using the Windows Defender and whatever. And then, what was that? Microsoft Bit Defender or something? People don't have to know about this stuff now. I've ascended. I'm using 7-zip for my zip files. I'm not even using WinRAR anymore. That's where I'm at. Scotty boy, yeah, but back in the day we didn't have any money at all for anything, and the Steam didn't exist, so you had to download all your games from like FTPs and stuff. so you can avoid it, and then you would download like some ISO that was not the right thing. Do you guys remember the Half-Life 2? the fake Half-Life 2, and it was like an adult. Yeah. Oh, those were the days of PC game. You don't get that anymore now. You just buy a game for like £3 on Steam and it's fine. Done. I built a new PC 2 weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago, and it all just worked. It was insane. Literally, I just plugged it in and it all worked. Didn't do anything. It just worked. Didn't even have to install drivers for anything. And the motherboard had drivers pre-installed on it. It was insane. Like, no issue. What's like literally just worked. I couldn't understand it. I didn't have to do any jumpers. Nothing. Yeah, it literally took what, 3 hours to build an entire system. No, everything worked like 100% fret. Like motherboard, 3080 Ti, SSD, M.2 NVMe SSD, 1000 watt power supply. Even it had like USB-C on the case and everything. So like absolutely brand new, top of the line, whatever. Maybe because it was all expensive stuff. USB dongle with Windows installer on it. Plug that in. I didn't even have to set the boot drive. I literally just, first time I turned it on, I put the USB dongle in window, you know, with Windows on it, and it automatically booted off the Windows installer. I was like, what? And it's worked flawlessly. Yeah, I'll show it off more once I've got this other video out. I said there's a video coming out at the end of this month. I've just got to finish the ending of it. There was no dip switches, no IDE cable, master slave business. Put the RAM in the right socket. Oh, you'd have to put the RAM in the right sockets. That was about it, really. Well done, Thomas there. J. Casnara, K. Stir. I don't know what to do now. I need to get... we need to get real head movement working on AC. Check out my Husingveld light behind me. Dave Cam's got one of them now. Dave Cam's going to be too hard to beat. My the graphics card I've got's got an LCD screen on the graphics card. So stupid. Oh, why? Why do we have a graphics? Why do we have a screen on the graphics card? I don't know what's running on this service, on the ranked servers. I don't like head tracking, Scotty. I've got track II. I don't like it. I only like it in VR. Yeah, on this rig I'm using Mecha Cups. I've been using some OBP hydraulic pedals on another rig, and I should be using some Husingveld pedals soon. Oh no, the one thing I did get stuck on was the motherboard I got has an additional four you know, like another power socket. So it's got 3 on it. So about 5 or 6 years ago, we went from having just the 12-pin motherboard to having a 12 plus a 6, I think it was, a 12 and a 4. This motherboard, because it's a high-end overclocking one, also has another 4-pin, which is like, you don't even need to use, like, even if you're overclocking, you wouldn't need to use it realistically. Maybe if you put like one of those like server chips in or something, but like with any of the current chips, there'd be no point for it. I mean, I didn't even have a spare thing coming out my power supply, and it's totally rock solid stable. Like, it would just be for specific chips is the only reason I could see needing to use that. But yeah, that confused me because I was like, hang on a minute, where are all these? Why do I need all these pins? The 3080 Ti takes 3 lots of 4. Is it? No, 3 lots of 6. Or is it 4? I think it might even be 4. It's something insane. I had to, like, you know, absolutely maxed it out with the cables. Is it? Oh, I don't know. Can't debate. I didn't have it on my other one. 3 6-pins, which is ridiculous. Yeah, so the graphics card has a bloody LCD screen on it. It's totally pointless. Like, why would you even be looking at that? I mean, that probably added an extra 30 quid to the price of the graphics card. Absolute waste of money. I mean, maybe they could have... I guess you can put the temperature on it and stuff. I guess if you're overclocking, maybe it's handy. The lights that you get on the motherboards are handy. You know, the boot lights, they're good. That's worth having a more expensive motherboard for, because that can help you troubleshoot if there's an issue, especially if you do overclocking. VRS what pedals? Right, I think I'm done for this. That was all right though. I put the just for, as this is a sponsored stream from RaceRoom for the REMUS, give him a bit more advertisement. SHMEE versus MALMEDIE. That's the calendar for the races. I think I might tune in for the Macau race. Because I want to see what the esports drivers are like at Macau. That could be really interesting. Who's guys? Type in chat who you're supporting, Team SHMEE or MALMEDIE. I think I'm supporting the German team. German all the way. Team with the most sausages. But there you go, guys. Thank you for watching this. Oh, yeah. Put that back on there. Sip your tea. Yeah. I might do some tidying. So that's what we're up to. So I'll see you guys soon, hopefully, for either a video. Oh, well, the German's got the more ladies, obviously. Come on. SHMEE's got the supercars, though. MALMEDIE's got the German Helgas. One Helga is worth 10 supercar women. So I'll see you guys. Thanks for taking part in this in the chat, and have a good afternoon. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.